How do you know? I mean, how do you know if you're actually fat adapted? Is that like autophagy, some mythological creature that never exists? How hard is it to get into ketosis? How long does it take? Can you get into ketosis on a carnivore diet? What about a carb diet? Let's get into it. Welcome, everyone, to my humble life. Okay, let's get right on into the subject of being fat adapted. I feel like as time has gone by, I've been on the internet for so many years, since 2010. People are getting confused about ketosis. And I just want to go over some simple concepts. It's nothing that I haven't said before, so don't be surprised for those who've been following me for a while that I'm saying things repetitively, because new people fall into this low carb world and they don't know what the frack they're doing. How do you know if you're fat adapted? That's the subject, right? Okay, is it a mythological creature? Is it a myth? No, it's not. Is it like autophagy to be in ketosis all the time? No, it's not. Autophagy, which is people are trying to fast to reach this cellular cleanup, they have no real method to test autophagy. So you don't really know if you're experiencing cellular cleanup through fasting. But I definitely see the inverse of adrenal freak out, thyroid freak out, electrolyte freak out. So is keto the same? Obviously not. Using a glucometer is really it's kind of a technique that can give you an advantage for the short term. No, you don't have to use it all the time, but for the first 6 weeks, it's a useful tool, a blood prick glucometer. Because I've been working with people who've been using the glucometers for so many years, when you are using a glucometer, you're testing to see if your blood sugar is between 75 and an 83 milligrams per deciliter. You can go as high as an 86, but typically people who go that high are not in ketosis. The higher the blood sugar rises, the more your body's like, well, why would I use ketones? There's sugar right there. So you want your blood sugar to be moderate to low. What's moderate to low? 75 to an 83. Fasted, or 2 hours post a meal that you eat, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, it doesn't matter. You can even do it post workout or at night, just a random number, just to see if you are in that range of 75 to 83 milligrams per deciliter. Now, ketones are 1.8 to 3.0. If you find yourself at a 1.6, you're really close. We want sweet spot ranges. I do it this way. Over here is too high, below there is too low, but right in here, that's good. That's a 1.8 to 3.0. When your ketones get too high, you're not using them. They're just swimming with nowhere to go. And when they're too low, you're not making enough. So you got to have your 1.8 to 3.0 ketones and 75 to an 83 glucose, and you have to have energy. And I mean energy. I mean the Stephanie energy from years ago. Stable energy. You sleep well. Your joint pain goes down. You don't have the bloat. You're not irritable. You don't have the brain fog. Your candida has calmed down and it's sleeping, even though a biofilm is protecting it. You gain muscle. You burn body fat, because now your body can do what? Access the body fat through lazy fat cells and a broken metabolism that you're fixing. Yes, people. Accessing, I got a lot of clothes on because it's winter time and I'm in a camper. Accessing the fat cells is hard. because you guys might have insulin resistance, hypoglycemia, dysglycemia, hyperglycemia, diabetes-ish, close to it. You could have high cortisol, histamine that's through the roof. Stress will destabilize your blood sugar. And when your blood sugar is bouncing, ketones are like out into the toilet. Even if you make them, you can test your blood and you're not in ketosis. They would just go right out of you into the toilet. If they're in the toilet, you ain't in ketosis. You want to use a blood prick finger glucometer and not a urine strip. If you have perfect numbers, and this is what's really weird, you could have perfect blood sugar 75 to 83 and ketones between a 1.8 and a 3.0, energy like pee on a urine strip turns dark purple, you're losing ketones. That means you have moments of ketones and then they go down the toilet. That reaction, that physical reaction, can be due to leaking gut, stress, and definitely your gallbladder not breaking down fat, which is like the hidden thing that a lot of carnivore and snake diet and lion diet and ketogenic diet people don't realize, that if your gallbladder is not breaking down fat, you ain't making that many ketones in the liver factory of ketone bodies. That's a problem. Or you're just not uptaking the ketones. Like, you'll make them. Ooh, I make them. I make a 4.0 of ketones, but I'm not using them. If you're not using them, you might have moments of being ketotic, followed by blood sugar crashing you, making you want to take a nap or drink some coffee, which is garbage, or you can't sleep, or you wake up in the middle of the night between 3 and 4 a.m. or midnight. Those are signs of not being in ketosis. You can be making ketones and have like a little ketone. They come and they go. But what you want to do is have stable ketones throughout the day. And how you know you're in ketosis, besides like staying young and looking young forever, because I am 57 on my way to 58, and I've gone through the menopause and I still have the muscles because my skin and my adrenals are still going to produce a wee bit amount of those sex hormones to keep me right where I should be. And don't listen to that, oh, women are getting brain fog and, have issues because their estrogen is low. Not if your adrenals are working properly. Not if your skin is fabulous. So, ketosis is going to stabilize your blood sugar. It's going to stabilize your A1C. You have to eat fat throughout the day. 5-6 times a day. Even if it's a little bite. People are like, how do I eat it? Like, how? Take a freaking spoon and dip it in your tallow or your lard, or get a chop of butter that makes a tablespoon and shove it in your gullet. It's that simple. You want to graze throughout the day. Now, the absolute more detailed macros is not this video. I just want to talk about how do you know if you're fat adapted, because your skin is snatched. You get fat in the dermis layers of the skin just going, holla. Your body is still out of the cholesterol, still able to make a little bit of that estrogen, testosterone, progesterone. Same with men who are going through andropause with low testosterone. Now your body has the substrate to make testosterone in men and a little bit in women. Postmenopause, premenopause, you should be good to go. Get those ovaries to work properly again by eating butter if you can tolerate it, and egg yolks if you can tolerate it. Those are high in cholesterol. Fabulous. Besides, cholesterol, high cholesterol, and heart issues isn't from cholesterol. It's from a zinc deficiency. But I digress. Let's keep going more into this. Now, partial reason, zinc deficiency. You're going to be stable throughout the day. It's like throwing a log onto a fireplace rather than throwing paper. Paper is going to burn it real high and burn out. A wooden log, is going to burn for hours, and you feel stable. There's no crashing. Your brain is clear. There's no depression. There's none of that. Clear, super clear. And your skin is clear. And your energy level is fantastic. And when you go to bed, your body is releasing cortisol, melatonin in the right rhythm, especially if you follow circadian rhythm. I hope this helps. This was a quasi quickie on how do you know if you're fat adapted. Comment below if you want me to do part 2, going more into depth with the macros and being fat adapted. And are you fat adapted 24 hours a day, every day? No. When you're stressed and your heart starts beating really fast because somebody almost hit you with their car, your blood sugar is going to shoot up, gluconeogenesis, and you're going to pop out of ketosis, but it's like in and out. If you literally cheat on your diet with just a couple grams of sugar, you're going to pop out of ketosis, and it can take up to a week to 2 months to pop back in. So it's not worth trying to go on and off a ketogenic diet that involves any type of meat-based diet. It's better to stay ketotic and consistent if you're trying to deal with disease and problem in brain and this and that. Don't do this cyclic ketosis where you're doing it in cycles. That doesn't exist. It takes a long time to get into ketosis, so you can't take a break on the weekends and have some berries and some fruit and some ice cream, some sugar. You can't. You either are in to win and treat your body like you're training for the Olympics, or you just go back to carbs. Don't waste your time. Don't waste the time. Okay, I hope this helps. Comment below. My Instagram is Stephanie Ketogenic. My Facebook fan page is Stephanie the Business Person. I do have a course where I cover all 3 diets, including carbs, or keto, or carnivore, or lion, or snake, or whatever people are doing. And there's a loud truck going by. Oh, and also just teach you about health anyway, to recognize fibromyalgia symptoms, or the affectation of vitamin D deficiencies, or if you have leaky gut, how to seal the gut, or if you have histamine. If you have low libido, if you're postmenopause, if you have a hard time gaining muscle and dropping that body fat and building muscle, I go over all of it. It's not just about diet, because that stuff gets a little boring. Just a little bit. The whole body is very interesting. And with that said, I'm out. Energy-ish, because it's been a lot of crazy couple of days with my donkey, injured herself, run to the hospital. Now, it had to, child, it has been and then the snow, then the ice, and then the cold temps in a camper. And that's why my life is very humble. And I'm out. Comment below, share this content. Don't forget to subscribe. If you need a consultation, go to stephanieperson.com. My Instagram is Stephanie Ketogenic. My Facebook fan page is Stephanie the Business Person. I hate social media, but this is how people find me. And I'm out. Peace.